Today's main event topic, the divorce that is shocking the internet right now being finalized in the family court, and it is the final decision. All right.
But I just want you to imagine what it feels like to have a woman that you took care of and her daughter in a courtroom telling all the home's business. Everything happened in your home, she telling it for profit.
Iman Shumpert has to make a one-time 7-figure payment to Teyana. He has to pay $8,000 per month in child support and cover 100% of the kids' private school fees. She also gets to keep all her jewelry, 100% ownership of both of her businesses, TaylorMade and Aunties.
Come on, bro. She took everything. She took everything, bro. Plus, you still gotta pay child support. Huh? She took all his money.
I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes like, is this really happening? You know what I'm saying? I'm still only human. I talk shit or whatever, but I'm only human when a woman will go to the system with the family business. That's you nightmares. Because you were never in control if a doing that. Homie, you don't realize the worst thing that God put on this planet until they set you out to the system.
It's just, the reality is, the statistics show that men are more loyal. We don't leave. 80% of divorce filings are by women.
80%?
80% in our community, in black communities, 80%. In the larger community, it's around 75%. So if you look at the fact that marriages, meaning offer to marry, almost 100% are initiated by men. Whether or not women want it or not, we initiate. We have to propose. You'll accept. Women control access to who has sex, and women have final say on who gets born. Men control access to relationship. If men are initiating marriages at 100% rate nearly, but divorces are initiated at a 75 to 80% rate, those numbers are massively out of balance. 100% over here, and women are leaving these marriages that they say they want almost 80% of the time. Even if we said of the divorces that are filed, fully 50%, half, are for some of the worst, most abhorrent human treatment a man could ever do to a woman. Something that no one could stand for. That would still be 4 out of 10. And that's still twice as many as men.
Child support, alimony. This is who collecting your income without you being around and makes it, how do you get another family if your money is going into this pocket where she get to do what she want to do with it? Yeah. Divorce is the worst shit ever when you got a that want to set you out to the system. I tell every man out there that's going through this, you ain't going through it by yourself. These bitches turn into straight up stool pigeons for profit.
Also, the family court system incentivizes it. Women do not run the risk that men do after divorce. Women tend to come out leaving divorces in a better financial position than a man, with the lion's share of the resources, payments, and the children. It's an incentive-based system. And why is that system this way? For marriages in the 50s and the 40s and the 50s, which we're not there anymore. Family court has not stayed up. Has not stayed up. But it's a $1 billion industry that's a cash cow to the states. If women are 51% of the voting population, women aren't going to vote to overturn something that's a benefit to them. You got Mary J. Blige complaining about, I'm going broke by paying my husband alimony. But then women going, hooray! And the funny thing is, women are the ones that always ask for fairness and equality. What more do y'all want?
I thought she was a strong and independent woman. I thought she had her own money. And the women were like, she don't need Iman Shumpert's money. She got her own money, all right? Sierra don't need Russell Wilson's money. She got her own money. Well, as you can see, when it comes down to it, with the fan, yes, it is in fact that, yes, they do need your money, all right? And sometimes they do attack you. They're doing it to hurt you. They're doing it to go after you and say, I'm entitled to everything that I'm worth. All right, I got to get everything that I'm worth out of this. And then they start bickering about things that you're like, I thought you had your own money. You can get your own money, buy your own cars, buy your own houses, buy your own. But no. Nope.
And the only reason they doing it is for profit and to make sure you're finished when they leave.
That's terrible.
Yeah, they really want to kill you off for sure.
The family business, you telling he got this over here, he whoop-de-whoop. Like, as you really go through life, most of the real villains was the bitch. Most of the real villains I know was the bitch.
That's it.
I can handle a nigga. What a nigga gonna do to me? Besides sneak me with a gun? That's what I tell him. What, you finna shoot me? Other than that, what the you gonna do to me? But I'm saying, like, a bitch will take. Nothing is more precious than the home.
Teyana is receiving 4 houses worth over $10 million.
Damn.
A 7-figure payout and luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, and a tour bus.
Hold on, man. You gave that lady $1 million, man. Hey, what's happening? Hey, man, shorty. Repo, man!
Doing everything, bro? Everything.
Got him. We got him.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen of polite savages, we're now about to embark on a journey guaranteed to anger modern women and harlequins alike. The only thing that we can guarantee is that we tell the truth and nothing but the truth as we see it. So hold on. Are you ready? Let's go.
Polite savages. We got scallywags out here running them streets. Old hags be busting it down, spreading it wide open. Dropping that nanny and that kitty cat, running up the stats with another statistic, ensnaring and entrapping another athlete. All these scallywags, harlots, trumpets, Venus flypit traps, and old passed around hags got one thing in common. They know how to concoct a plan to get inside a young man's cocky attitude, break down his defenses, and get him to commit not only with a commitment ring, but bring him to his knees and fold like a cheap lawn chair, dropping out all of his DNA and squeezing out a few kids. Cause I hate to say it, the sluts with loose slits, praying mantises are out here.
That like me and my husband had threesomes before. It was like, oh, she's willing to do that to keep a man. I'm like,
Nah.
That was all me.
That
was all me. Like,
yeah.
but I hate the idea of people thinking like it's always a guy that wants this, that. So she introduced you to the poly life. It's like me introducing that, you know what I'm saying, to my husband, and it's just like, yo, this is what I want to do. It just be those times where like we just like if we on vacation, like our anniversary, like you know what I'm saying, like it's just certain times where like, you know, like in the beginning I wanted to try it. Like I said, I'm Dora the Explorer. Like Bob, backpack, shorts, t-shirt, like, yeah.
That's
like,
not what Dora's about.
I know that's not what Dora's about, and I feel so bad. Right away from the woman to feel like, oh, you doing it because that's what he wants. And it's like, nah,
That's
actually,
not what it is.
I run this you know what I'm saying? Like, I run this you know what I'm saying? Like,
Because we think men are the hunters, yo.
That's your first clue that this is not wife material. She doesn't value being a wife above all things. So if you hitch your wagon to her, you along for the crazy chick ride. That's what you're going on there for. Crazy chicks are awesome in bed. They are the absolute best. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. And when you take someone who is qualified for concubine status, qualified for side chick status, qualified for companion status, and then she gets you in bed and she does things that other chicks ain't been doing or don't know how to do as well, and now you've come out confused. Guess what? The power dynamic just got flipped on its damn head.
right.
This is why a man has to be very selective when it comes to choosing a wife or a woman to have kids with. Because the reality is this: marriage is sacred. And when you go after a woman who is for the streets, she will always sexualize herself because her body is not a temple. Her body is more of a tool that she used to get the things that she wants in life. And the worst thing a man could do is wife up a woman in the industry.
How did you meet him?
The succubus and the bisexual doing things that a young man can never even dream of. Sucking him dry, and I'm not even talking just about the baby batter. But what matters most is the string of O's in his bank account gets drained right down to a zero. And these ladies are playing the chess, the long game, using all their assets, playing both sides of the field, utilizing their sexuality to sexualize themselves in so many different ways, so they can prey on young, naive, dumb, full of cum young men, where these young guys end up blowing their wad. Get your mind out the gutter, I ain't talking about that kind of wad, but I'm talking about the money wad that he was keeping in his wallet.
You know what's crazy? I actually played very, very hard to get. I did not like him at first. Because when I first met him, he had just got drafted. You know, he was young, he was doing a lot.
It never fails, bro.
3 years before you guys dated. Wow.
I let him hit.
Wow.
Can we be honest? What happens with a lot of fellas, not most, because most fellas don't fall for this, but what happens to them, particularly the athlete set, who women prey on athletes. Women prey. Women prey on athletes. They prey on the dumb. Ladies, I gotta read the mail tonight. Women prey on weak men. Women look for weak men. They look for vulnerable men.
For many, she's a many people's cup of tea. She definitely has a very good physique, or maybe had one, pumped out a baby or two. And now all of a sudden we have the praying mantis. All right. All of a sudden the marriage wheel is undefeated. All of a sudden the bait and switch is initialized, and apparently
was the pussy worth it, fam? Was her pussy worth it, fam? Where she took everything that you work for in life. Now you gotta start over from nothing. Everything that he earned from being a basketball player, that took from you. One box.
Hey, pick y'all baby mama wisely, cause my homie ain't smiled in 10 years, man.
Bottom line.
That hard-earned cash and those resources that he had has now been hustled out right underneath his feet, because another horrid harlot does what it takes right before running right into the wall and missed the last train leaving, ensuring her financial future by pulling the wool over the eyes of another young man, deceiving him with lies, making him feel that he's the love of her life, when what she was after wasn't just to be a good homemaking wife, but to elevate herself and her status before her youthful good looks disappears and evaporates. What this type of woman fears most is missing her chance to succeed without a man, when it really goes to show you that the plan all along was doing the do-si-do rope-a-dope, put herself in a position where now, after extracting all she can, is to ultimately say, loudly proclaim, that she's strong, independent, and need no man.
My man TK Kirkland once said that a woman only has control over you in two circumstances: if you get married and if you get a baby. Without those two, a woman doesn't have any power or control over you. Guess what? What are the two things that women are always pushing for, demanding, beating the table, slamming the drum, threatening your physical safety over? I need to get pregnant, I need to get married. Well, yeah, not because she values you for pregnancy or marriage necessarily, but because if you're the best she can do, she's like, hey, I need to lock you down so that I have power over you.
If you ever get serious with her, you better make sure it's a who got some morality about herself and she down with you. Do not do that to keep a because I'm telling you, every man out there, if you in a situation where you would have, you know she ain't but you don't want her to go, if you do something to lock in with that pregnancy, marriage, or something like that, your life gonna be destroyed.
That's all I got for you polite savages. Like and subscribe. Hit us up on all social media networks.
We found true happiness